Okay, this no tripod situation has really gotten out of control. I'm trying to film downstairs, and the only place I can put you is on my bookshelf. But now, I can move, I can walk around, and I'm still in focus. Also, I did dye my hair. I think I'm pulling like a Lily Potter kind of situation right now, which is fine. Not that mad about it. It's a lot more vibrant than the first dye job I did for Beatrice. This one I did for a video that is coming out in 2 weeks? I don't know. Excuse me, Miss Man. You can't chew on that. Okay. I'm trying to batch film a little bit now because, oh my gosh, do I need a break? So yeah, you'll find out why I dyed my hair soonish. Also, if you hear the licking, I'm so sorry. She had chew toys, she had a bone, and she was being so loud for all of it. So this is about the only thing I can do. So I'm so sorry if you hear the licking, ignore it. So, as I mentioned in my past video, I am extremely burned out after Comic-Con. And the thing about burnout is that you can't just like take a day off and be fine and be ready to jump forward. You have to like genuinely allow yourself some time to take a break, and I am doing that for the first time in a long time. I am attempting to lighten my load while also not falling behind on anything. So today we're going to talk about how to avoid burnout / how to treat yourself once you are burned out from crafting. Got my cute little list. Let's get going. Number 1, I have take your time. So here's the thing about crafting, and especially crafting for YouTube. Even when you're making a bigger project, the expectation either for yourself or from others is to get the project done in 1 week. And it's then to edit it and upload it and have it out to the masses and completely ruin your mental health in the process in order to just focus on getting it done. And it's okay to take your time. What I've learned is if I need to spend 3 videos because it takes me 3 weeks to crochet a sweater, that's okay. And I'm not a failure for needing to take some extra time. All right, number 2, take breaks when needed. So I often never take breaks. Breaks are really hard for me because I have this expectation in my head that I am an utter failure if I am not doing something 24/7. And the reality is that I am not a failure. And sometimes when you're really tired and you're really burned out, you just need to step away from the project for a little bit. And that is perfectly fine. This video is a bit of a do as I say, not as I do, because to be totally honest with you, I could probably use a break from YouTube. But I made a goal for myself that I was not going to take a break until next year. But my version of taking a break from crafting and from the intense projects is to make videos like this, where I can talk to you guys. I can share a little bit of advice and my life experience. Hopefully you guys like it. Hopefully it works for you as well. So it's okay to need a complete break. If you like need to go spend a day doing nothing but laying in bed and reading a book or watching TV or whatever, that's totally fine. If you need to take a break by lessening a project or doing something like what I'm doing now, where I'm talking to you guys instead of making a craft, this is my version of a break. But just remember that the entire point of crafting is to have fun and to enjoy it. So if you're not enjoying it, take a break. Allow yourself some space from it. Number 3, do it with a buddy. I have this one on here because I personally would love to work with a buddy, but the reality is that not many of my friends sew or craft in the way that I craft, but we do sometimes sit together in the same room and work on separate projects, and that's really great because I love a good body double. I love a good body double, and I hope that my videos are good body double things to have in the background. If you have somebody in the room who's also working, it tends to motivate you to do more, and it's especially fun if you're working on the same project because then, you know, You guys can chat about the exact same project, but it's also fine to talk about the different projects that you guys are doing. Having somebody in the room makes it more of a social activity than a solitude activity. I'm switching angles just because the lighting was really annoying me. I'm so sorry. The whole point of crafting is to have fun with it. And oftentimes I feel like the people who craft tend to be introverts, but then we tend to get lonely because we're not spending time with anybody else and we're not seeing anybody else. And so it's really good to find another crafter or another person who loves to do projects, and then you guys can work together in the same room and make it more of a social activity. I know I personally am really hoping that this channel kind of turns into a bit of a crafting community where we can work together and make the same projects, maybe even at the same time. I think that would be really fun, mostly because I need friends who are crafting, and I'm sure a lot of my audience does too. So if you guys want to work on the same crafts together, or if you want to work on different crafts at the same time, maybe on a live, let me know down in the comments. All right, number 4. Remember that a small project is just as worthy as a big project. So this kind of falls into taking a break of sorts. And this is also what I'm doing. I'm focusing on smaller projects that I can get done within a day or 2 days, so that way I am less burned out. And I really struggled with the decision to do this because I feel myself like I am not as worthy if I'm not making a massive sewing project or doing the next cool thing or upping the next thing to keep entertainment and to keep the audience wanting more. And the truth of the matter is that crafting is fun. It's okay to remember that a small project of making a pillowcase is just as worthy as making a full cosplay. And it's just important to remember that every project has its worth, and there is nothing that is not worth doing. Number 5, let go of being a perfectionist. If you hear Rosie in the background, she's going crazy with toys, and I'm doing my best. I struggle with being a perfectionist quite a lot. I feel like if it's not perfect, then I am a complete and utter failure. And the reality is that's not true at all whatsoever. It's just how I feel. And so I think it's important for everybody to take a step back and to focus on... Hey, Miss Rue. I think it's important for everybody to focus on the project and to learn from mistakes rather than focus on making it perfect the first time. I do struggle with this a lot. I'm working on it, and I feel like everybody should be working on it and ensure that nobody actually needs to be a perfectionist, because it's never going to be perfect because humans are flawed. And you are not a failure whatsoever for making a mistake or having something not turn out the way you wanted. In fact, I would go so far as to say you are succeeding because you are creating. That is the only thing that you need to do in order to succeed. So as long as you're creating and as long as you are embracing your hobbies, congratulations, you've done it. You're officially a crafter. All right, guys, that's all I've got for this week. Thank you so much for listening. I know this is probably going to be a bit of a shorter video. I'm holding Rosie's toy to make her quiet and to keep her... Oh, shit, I dropped it. I know the past 2 videos have been talking more than anything else, but I hope it's been enjoyable for you guys, and I hope you've learned something. I've got to go run, but I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.